is overrated.
Yeah, dude.
So.
Your whole identity is afternoon press conferences. What are we doing here?
What is this mid-morning?
I think coaches want everyone, you know, like after this, we're all gonna go home. We're just gonna crash for like 3 days.
I love that. I love that.
Do you think that's actually true? Do you think that's just thinking about that coming down the stairs?
We should.
I'm trying to take a nap. So you're on there.
They know coach is speaking in the radio, so they're not gonna leave until he starts speaking. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys want to turn it over?
Oh, coach, so we'll leave the meeting.
Go like 5 stairs.
when it was like that. I agree. You do that in my head.
No.
It's going back in a lot of minutes.
No, I absolutely couldn't.
It feels
She, I would literally get this stuff if you go to school.
so that made it 16, 17. It's so crazy.
And that was just an avalanche.
In the first
One that we got that, but this was like,
I never
there was an avalanche, and then like, it was a big drought.
They definitely or they probably still on the second side of what happened. That's probably what's the movie last year.
I haven't done all my stats for it, but
He was because like it's just like I know it's gonna be nothing can score 2 play drive.
I didn't honestly, I saw it all happen, but until I watched the whole fourth quarter, and it was like watching.
Yeah, no, I watched. I turned it on. I watched from. And everyone.
Yeah.
But I put it on like that Sam second.
Yeah.
I kind of want to hear that. I kind of want to hear like the tone of the podcast.
They were talking about, the games that they had to win.
Cubs.
Yeah.
We are.
I thought that was pretty fun.
We won 16 and did a drive. I thought, yeah, that one was 40.
You don't think you got I was.
What, I think said that in the part of the championship.
One of the teams.
Yeah, the storyline that is active, I don't know which possible storyline. The defense restraint.
I was just wrong.
All the things going on. You still win that.
It was awesome, though. It was.
It's just cool.
I just like threw my camera like just like fully wide it right now. I was like hoping that everything was in focus.
Right.
Holding it up, just like let's go. Yeah. Oh, that was the POV one. Yeah. Yeah. She was so great. Yeah.
I think you can look forward to that.
That's
But it has to get in their head at some point. That they're like, why can't we shake the shit?
I don't know, man. Sleep.
We'll see, if we're playing that one, I think it's already. Pretty good. Adrenaline still. What about you?
Yeah.
That's why I use that word.
Right. All right. Back to back right here. So good to see everybody. Just want to just to double down on what we said after the game. Just an all-time atmosphere by the 12s and all our fans. I mean, just what an incredible atmosphere. It's one of one. And it really helped us win the game. Really helped us stay in it. Gave the guys a lot of spirit. We talk about 12 as one with the 12s and our team playing together. It's just that's the vision right there. So really thankful for being a Seahawk and proud of our team. There's a lot we're going to be able to learn from and that we need to improve from come out of the game. Just talking about just true football, but that's part of our process as well, and that's part of the things we'll be doing this weekend and going into next week.
You stood at the podium a lot of times last year after home losses, and then you put a lot of work into turning that around this offseason.
Yep.
What were the kind of wins that you guys
Yeah, I think one, we just had to become a better football team. You know, I think we just the mission we had in the off season of becoming more connected and tougher will help win game. Obviously, it helps win games like that, and all those incremental things throughout the way. I mean, like our warm up and how we do home games and hotel and all the pulse, all that stuff. Yeah, probably. It has something to do with it, but I think really the driving force behind it is just us becoming a better, tougher, more connected football team.
You obviously need those home wins for the standings first and foremost, but is there just a sense to it, like rewarding the fans? And last year didn't go well at home.
Yeah, totally. I mean, absolutely. I mean, part of our vision is to create this atmosphere that's nobody wants to come play at, and that's what we're trying to create, and the 12s play a tremendous part of that. They really are the driving force behind that, and we take pride in it. We really do.
Like when you look at the throw Sam makes on the corner to Cooper on that final drive, it's as big a spot as you can be in tight over the short corner there.
Yep.
And the touchdown throw as well, like the big throws he makes in the big spot there. What do you kind of think back to looking at it last night?
It's kind of just, it's like, it's not a surprise. It's just, that's what Sam does, Like I just on the radio earlier, just citing all the times throughout the year that he's come up big in some of those critical end game situations, and I'm happy for him, obviously. I mean, but those are tremendous plays that you get, and you need to be able to make those, to win a game like that. So, fired up to see it, obviously, and it's a great catch by Coop. And just like, to me, it's just a spirit of our team and Sam of just keep fighting, man. Keep just chopping away until the game's over,
Josh Jones on that final play, he's helping give Sam the time to make that throw.
Yeah, he needed the extra click. I mean, to get all the way to Sabi in his progression, and Sabi actually had a chip on number 8 there to get the play started as well. So teamwork, and Josh did a great job coming in for Charles. I think, not playing after a while and not getting full speed reps all week. Maybe it took him a little bit to kind of get his feet wet, but once he did, I mean, I thought he did a great job.
I think you just said on the radio, but how many 2-point plays do you have in both the goal line?
Well, I think it varies every week, but it also bleeds into like your low red third down menu as well. So sometimes you do go into the game tabbed. Okay, these are our lead 2-point plays, but you're also going to have options based off of what you're game planning for, like the third down low red area as well. So I think that's what happened yesterday. I don't think that was a 2-point play to start the game. It was kind of an either or, kind of part of the base game plan type of thing.
And you mentioned last night the decision not to do it either, but it wasn't during the drought, right? You guys would not have won. You wouldn't win the division if you tied last night.
Well, that's part of the whole thing, right? Is you try to get into the playoffs and then secure your spot in the playoffs, or do you risk the not getting in the playoffs, but the upside is pretty dang high? We choose to go for it,
When you got a team running duo and they've got an offensive line that good, how do you defeat that?
Well, we did a good job of it sometimes, and sometimes we didn't. And first decision you got to make is how many guys you're going to put on the line, and are you going to pressure it, and how many double teams are you willing to live with? And then, they do a great job of inserting and kind of creating new gaps. It's kind of like the way they run their inside plays is it's basically like extra fullbacks creating extra gaps. So you have to, if you're going to play on edges, you got to mitigate those gaps. And it's at a certain level, if you're not going to play with a 13-man box, someone's going to have to win, their angle, and you're going to have to kind of play 1.5 guys. So that's what we do. We've done a great job of that this year, and we did it did it well on certain plays last game, and I thought we got better as the game went on, and we made a couple adjustments by some of the structures we were playing and some of the movements we were doing, but they're really good at it too, so. But we have to play those plays better.
What does it tell you about your guys up front that you played your best run defense of the game, like you just said, down the stretch there when they played, as many plays as they had, and that team was still.
Yeah, I mean, the mentality of our guys was tremendous. I think the belief they had in, what things we had to do in terms of schematically seeing that, hey, look, we're gonna make, we're gonna be all right. We just got to keep playing, make a couple adjustments, and we'll be good. And I'll say this too, John. Like our strength and conditioning staff deserves a lot of praise as well. I mean, our guys, I feel like in the second half, especially over the last month or so, have just felt like we got gas in the tank. We got ample gas in the tank. So, Ivan and Danny and Mark and Tim and Thomas. I mean, those guys have been awesome.
What did you think of Ken Walker's night as a whole, and that the 3rd and 16 where he picks that up?
Well, that was a critical part of the game. We were really, I mean, when you're calling runs in those situations, you're hoping to pop the run. I mean, that doesn't happen all the time, but you try to take care of the ball and trying to have some upside to the play. But he really sparked us in the first half. That was awesome.
We've heard from some of these guys after your big special teams moments with Udell block early in the year, some Torrey return, that Jay ID'd some details in the week that allow you guys to hit the big plays.
Yeah.
Logistically, how does Jay just come to you like, hey, we do this, before you guys collab on that beforehand?
We do not collab on it. Jay and Fitz. They're a driving force. So I love their mentality. I love how we coach them. I love how Jay and Fitz think about the game and how they try to position our players. Again, to me, it's our responsibility as coaches to give our guys advantages, and Jay does as good as anybody about doing that. And I love how he coaches the guys too, about thinking outside the box, how we build our systems. It's the vision about how we want to be as a team is how we coach on special teams, and deserves a lot of credit. Willing to take calculated risks. Doesn't coach scared, which I really appreciate and respect about him. Now, we'll get together by the end of the week and understand, after we see how we've practiced certain things, but how we're going to go into a game. But those ideas are all coming from Jay. Oh, it's been a game changer. It's been a game changer. I mean, I felt like we were doing it last year too. It just, we weren't getting the results we wanted at certain times, but you see the coaching and the inputs daily, and you knew at some point that it was gonna come to life.
Should he alluded last night, there was a weakness on that side, and other than that, something else we have on
Yeah, I'll just say, we had a good plan on our punt return. The guys executed really well, So when you do that, when you marry, sound, good, fundamental, aggressive scheme with great fundamentals and great decision making in real time, then you have a chance to make some really great plays on special teams.
That's at least 3 games now that special teams and Jay Harbaugh, and they've actually directly influenced the outcome of the game.
Yeah.
You've been on a team that's had that direct correlation with the
Well, I feel like our 21 Michigan unit was pretty good. It turns out Jay was leading that one too, so it's a common denominator there.
Shiggy, 3 games in a row, he's had 2 chances. Obviously, every time you trade for a guy, you hope he has that kind of impact. But what can you say about what he's mentioned?
Well, yeah, thankful for John and making the deal, and yeah, this is definitely part of our vision of what we had for him, and I think it's still growing on offense, but it just shows you just keep plugging away, maybe the first game, that's probably easier said than done to come in the first week and make a huge impact on offense, or special teams for that matter. With defensively, it's kind of like, okay, I'm playing quarters, or I'm playing some version of this, or I'm offensively. There's a lot of timing, and you're kind of depending on more than one person to let your job come to life, special teams included. So just keep sticking with the process, keep doing all the things, and you got a chance to to make your talents come to life, which he's doing.
On the radio, you talked about how maybe you gave them a lot defensively on a short week. Is that a common dilemma that Thursday night games present?
It is, yeah. I think you. I think we felt momentum on some of the things we were doing schematically over the last month, and felt like we could, take a couple, easily next steps of what we were, of kind of like the next iteration of what we've built, and felt like it wasn't that taxing on the guys. But when you include short week and not having the ability to go fast and being at home where it's communication is at a premium and it's not exactly easy to communicate, there are some things that we ask too much of the guys, and that's my job. So we're definitely going to learn from that.
Beyond that aspect of it, what were other factors that led to some of the explosion? I think there were 7 passing plays of 25 plays.
Yeah, obviously way too much. I mean, different situations. So some of them were like early down actions that they did a good job of scheming guys, and then there's also a combination of we have to play our fundamentals better in those moments, play more decisively. So we're going to learn from that, and that's rush and coverage working together. And then the third down stuff, we had a couple miscommunications, and that can't happen, And to me, if we're not executing it at the highest level, then that means that I didn't make it clear enough for them to go execute in those moments. And so those sting, in those moments, that stings, knowing that those are sometimes are avoidable.
When you first got started last year, you talked about having dreams about tough conversations you're going to have with some of the guys.
Yeah.
What kind of invades your dreams nowadays?
What kind of what?
What invades your dreams now?
Some of those bad play calls. Honestly, that's what I think. Those haunt you. They really do.
One more on the going for 2 at the end. With the new overtime rules, how much have you, I guess, kind of played those scenarios out, and the fact that they, if you went for 2, they get the ball back?
Oh yeah. Quite a bit. Quite a bit. And Brian Harris has done a great job, prepping us, and we meet about it every week, kind of what's going around the league, and he drives a lot of those conversations. Rule of thumb is it's dang near a coin flip nowadays, so it's really a preference on how you want to handle it. We have our reasons on why we want to take the ball second, and we kind of reserve the right to change our philosophy based off of certain things that are going on, but that was going to be our strategy, going in.
I think officially captains every week. We just refresh every guy who's going to be captain on how to handle stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's, make sure you're telling the right guys on what they're doing, but pretty simple. Just, hey, Jax, we want the ball second. We want to kick this direction. And easy go.
They officially, I think, went on 4th down 3 times. But it seemed like they tried about 5 or 6. Like, to kind of see his aggression on those 4th down calls, particularly backed up in his own half on the first one. And kind of, what would you kind of make of the way that they kind of went after you on that and going for those 4th and shorts?
Well, they've been getting more aggressive as of late, and it's probably a tribute to how efficient they've been on offense and the confidence they have in their unit, and deservedly so. But if their teams are going for it early, especially in their area of the field, and they take the ball first. I mean, it's like, well, I think we deferred, but you're trying to get off to a fast start. Willing to take the chance. So, gotta tip your cap to them.
How does that change your defensive flexibility from 4 downs in the first quarter?
It affects it. It affects it. Yeah, it's like playing Army or Navy. It's it really is. It's like what's third down, what's second down. What's second long, so that's a challenge.
Does that cause maybe to be less risk-taking or more conservative?
In some situations, I mean, it's like a cop-out answer. Sometimes you want to be more conservative, and sometimes you say, well, let's take the fight to them. So there's kind of a time and place for both. It's probably more of a feel thing on how you call it and what you guys are doing well at the time.
Mike, you and Leo both talked about not playing the run game as well as you wanted last night. The numbers seem like they're still pretty good, like 3 yards a carry, no runs over 10 yards. What kind of stood out to you about the way you guys handled the run, and what didn't you like about it, despite the fact the numbers kind of look all right?
Well, there are too many efficient runs on first down. Talking about pressure on the quarterback, it's hard to create pressure on 2nd and 1. So felt like we weren't getting off the drives the way we normally want to. So that's probably a driving force behind it. And then, to our guys' credit, you just keep fighting. We changed a couple things up schematically, and then you can understand how they're attacking you. I mean, they can kind of get to everything, but you can't get to everything within one game. You can only carry so many plays. So once you kind of get a feel for the formations and the plays that you're getting, guys played them a little bit better. You just want that curve to be sped up a little bit more. You want to start the game faster.
We asked you about it after the game, but not after seeing a few replays of it, the throw and catch to Cooper Kupp on that last drive.
Yeah. Yeah, incredible. I mean, just guy in his face, stepping into the throw, no fear, ripping it. Same thing. It's like, okay, don't throw picks, but you're not. If you tell him not to turn the ball over, he's not going to make plays like that. So we want him to be decisive and rip it and trust his training, just like everybody else on our team. And to me, that's a byproduct of if you have that mentality, and that's Sam's mentality.
Do you have any more clarity on Torrey Horton or Charles Cross?
I don't, unfortunately.
Do we can Kobe? Do we think Kobe needs to get MRI?
They well, let me preface it. A lot of guys are getting MRI. Like MRI is par for the course after games, but yeah, those guys will get imaged. I think that's happening this morning.
The decision to make Mills, Brandon Mills active over Feely, what went into that?
Just you can't carry every D lineman every game. We're kind of a guy short last game by having them both up, so we felt like it was just the best thing for us to just have one D lineman active, or one of those two guys active, and wanted to give Riley the opportunity.
You only had 6 snaps, but it looked like maybe a step forward, or what was your evaluation? I didn't have one film yet.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, we'll look at it. It felt in real time. It felt better, but I can't give you the full details. We probably could have played him a little bit more, honestly. Take some of those early down snaps off of Leo and Murph.
Mike, how do you think, can you assess how your players handled the total emotions of last night's game, the totality, then what role, if any, did your veteran players play in the leadership?
Well, it was an emotional game, and I think there's some circumstances where we can be better. It can be a little bit more poised, and I think having experience in those types of games is gonna help us moving forward. And to your point, that's why you lean on guys that have been there, done that. The DeMarcus Lawrences, the Leonard Williams of the world to give you poise in those moments and stay the course.
Your one game at a time mentality, is that something you really click into, you focus on even more now, benefits you after a big win? You've still got 2 more games you get to your goal.
Yeah, totally. I mean, it'll always be like that, How can you not? I mean, it's just irresponsible not to do that way. But that'll always be our mentality.
With what you know now, how concerned are you about Reek and Kobe with their news?
Concerned about everybody.
A bigger picture thought on special teams. As you look around the NFL, is it clear to you that like some teams just take it more seriously and they put more emphasis on it and they like truly consider it 1/3 of the game more so than other teams?
I can't speak for everybody else. I know the teams that I've been on, it's a critical part of your football team. Learned that from John Harbaugh, and we share the same philosophy here. So that's what we believe in. That's how we treat it.
It looked like Okada and O'Connell really had good blocks on that screen receipt on.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's just you pair an aggressive scheme with great decision making, great fundamentals, great effort. Great things are going to happen. So those guys did a great job.
Mike, you mentioned J-Haba teaching the players not to play scared. I'm wondering how that relates to what you always talk about, let it rip as part of your...
Well, yeah, I was speaking more in terms of like he's not afraid to take risks, but the reason is because he's done the work. He's done the work, he's done the research. The guys are prepared, and so as a like from a head coach's perspective, it gives you a lot of confidence. And so like, we're gonna call an aggressive game in all 3 phases because we've earned. It's the message to the players. You guys have done the work. Let's go be aggressive. Let's go let it rip. Let's go see what happens.
The whole culture, the brotherhood that you're establishing going forward, do you think you would stick this quickly a year and a half, year, 3/4 of a year further?
I honestly didn't have like a timeline on it. It's just that was the vision from the get-go. So that's what we're chasing now. Do we want it to happen last year? Yes. You know, but I think one of the things I'm learning is, like, just stick to it, you know, just stick to it. Don't compromise anything. Just stick to it, trust it, and just keep attacking till it comes to life, you know, and then trust your people, man. They'll make it happen.
When you got here, in this league, there are a lot of first-time coaches who, it doesn't stick there, but he won 10 games last year, so it wasn't a big deal. But when it doesn't stick, the league doesn't wait. And you're like, what is it when you got here that you realized you had the time and the runway to lay down on the program and all these things?
I don't think I looked at it through the lens of like, okay, I only have X amount of time. It's just we got a vision about what we want to create. Talking about this is from me going through the interview process with Jody and John and sharing that I felt like we had alignment. And it's kind of like with your players, you just see it every day with the inputs that you're making and decisions you're making, and you have a lot of trust in what's the process. And or like a coach, hey, you know, I can see what we're doing every day, and maybe we're not getting the results we want, but like I got faith in what we're doing, and I hopefully they felt that. But I wasn't thinking in terms of like time and, okay, I only have X amount of time. You can't, it's just, we don't think that way. It's just trying to make it happen every day, you know.
How are you going to spend the mini bye, and what's the schedule for the guys?
Well, the guys were coming out on Monday. So it's a little bit funky. Monday's like a Monday for the players, but then Tuesday and Wednesday are going to be like a Wednesday and Thursday. And we're going to take Christmas off, and then Friday will be like a Friday. We'll travel on Friday. So it'll be the same thing for the coaches. So be good. We need a break, frankly. I mean, we need to take a breath. We need to kind of regroup. We got to zoom out schematically on where we're going, so we can be clear going into this next game and down the home field stretch here. And so it'll be important to get some rest and also to get some clarity on where we're going and then work ahead on Carolina. But we're not going to be guarding our desks in the office. It's 2025. We can work remote. So. That's the expectation.
Do you get like a bonus Monday practice on Monday, or is that not the case?
I don't think we're going to do extra reps on Monday. I think we need more kind of recovery type stuff.
The run game, 171 yards. Obviously, a lot of it came on the can't walk around, but even if you take that out, it's still a pretty productive day. What did you think of the run game?
I'll just say it felt better. You know, like again, I haven't watched it. I talked to Clint and JB this morning, and you know, typical. They're happy with some things, and some things they know that we need to work on some others. But to me, in game, I felt our run game more, you know, and that's a tribute to our details and us sticking to the process and whittling some things down. You know, it's probably the opposite than what we did on defense. I think we maybe focused a little bit more on offense, and so we can learn that lesson learned on defense as well.
Anything else? Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you.